this. Yeah. So let's start with this. Few more things, few more options of infile. The first one is file name statement. Okay. So file name statement is something that you know, we can assign a file reference to a location with file name and extension. Okay. So for instance, you have a data. Okay. You have a data in a particular location. Okay. So you are writing a large code. I mean, a lengthy code of a lengthy code, maybe some few hundreds of lines. Okay, few hundreds of lines, and you want to use this particular location. Just take into consider, you want to use a sample.txt file again and again at different points. Okay, so again and again copying this entire location with file name and its extension, and wherever you use it, it'll be a little difficult task for you. I mean, for the programmer. So instead of that, what we do is we simply mention a file reference, a reference name to this particular location, file, and its extension in this way. No, the
Oh,
syntax is file name, file reference follows the same kind of naming convention like the library name. Okay,
like
and
giving a name to our path.
exactly,
Okay.
exactly. Yeah. And here the file path, file location, and the file name with its extension. Okay, path with the file name, ma'am. Okay.
Okay.
So in this case, so in this way, if you see here, we can simply infile Krish. That's it. So previously, what we have done, we used to we write infile space quotation marks and then give the location of the path or location with the file name, and its extension, right? So instead of that, once you call this particular date, once you call this once you call the statement, Krish will be assigned to this file path with its file name.
Yeah.
So you can simply mention infile Krish and read this data. Okay, we got the data correctly. And
Yeah.
same thing with the file statement. And if you want to output this data, output this SAS, no, if you want to write this SAS help.class data into an external source, which is sample1.txt. Okay, I'll change this to class file stmt. Okay, just a moment, ma'am. Yeah. So now what I'm doing is, tell me what I'm doing here.
For the output, you want to be saved in the saved as a class file statement as text file.
Okay, which output? What is the data set I want to save into the class underscore file statement dot txt?
The
Which data?
SAS help dot the class data.
Right, 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 right. So what I'm doing is I'm simply saving this. I'm simply writing this class data to the external source, which is to an external file, which is class underscore file name dot txt.
Yeah.
I run this, and if you observe this, we have data here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for null and put, when we have to outsource the file, then we have to change the
Sorry, ma'am, come
file.
again.
Like the Krish can work for like input and output both, right? Like in file and file
Yeah, yeah,
statement.
both.
Okay, okay.
Thing is, from here you're reading data, and on the same file, what you're doing is you are, on the same file, you are just writing data of this class dataset.
So we don't forget to just change the name in the file name, right? The
Sorry, come
name
again.
of,
Come again, ma'am. Forget
like,
what?
after you, before using null input statement, we just change the name of our text file, what we want to
Yeah,
output
yeah. I
as.
mean, I changed it, just for convenience and just to understand. That's it. Yeah. So for instance, ma'am, if you have a different name, okay, just mention, just mention here an other file name statement, mention a new, a new file reference name and use it here at the file statement. It's as simple as that. Got it, ma'am? Hello?
No, no,
Sorry?
no. I did not understand how to change.
No. For example, so previously it was sample one, right?
Yes.
So now tell me what are we doing here?
We are giving the name to that path
Okay,
source,
and then
and then we are creating a data,
data out data
data
from
set,
the data from a external file, right?
external file.
That's what I just want the answer, ma'am. Okay.
Okay.
So we got ID names extension sal here, right?
Yes.
Okay. But what I want is in the next line, I want to write a data called class dataset to an external not to an external file. Okay. I
Okay.
can I can simply give this Krish here. Okay. So what happens if I give Krish here? Krish here.
Into the same external file, the SAS help class data will be
Will be
loaded,
yeah,
will be
will be
written.
overwritten.
Yeah.
Okay. If you
Okay.
observe this one, previously we used to have this age and salary data. Now let's see what we have here.
Okay.
Sample1.txt, we have name, sex, age, height, weight. But
Yeah.
previously what we have, we had ID,
Each
name,
sub.
sex, age, salary.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So in order to not to in order not to have an overlap on it, what I am telling you is create another file with a different name, can be Krishna. Just give out here. Just change the file, change the data set, I mean the file name. Class
Okay.
um, STMT class statement. That's it. Gonna run this one. Now what happens in this class STMT? You get this class data,
Yes.
right? Yeah, that's my point.
Okay.
I mean, you can create how many file references you want, but mainly file reference is used whenever you want to use a particular location with the file name repetitively again and again in the same code. Okay, in the same, because here we had only in a few lines of code, but in real time you will be having around maybe ranging from 100 to 1000, 2000, 3000, 4000, 5000 codes. Maybe sometimes it may go up to it may go up to 10,000 lines also. Got it, ma'am? So at that time, if you want to, you know, if you want to use this particular location again and again, thing is, you had multiple transformations being used across the entire data, sorry, across the entire script or code, and you want to use the same file again and again. So instead of just mentioning this file name repetitively, you can simply mention the file reference. Eventually, it considers this file name and the location. Clear, ma'am?
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions here? File name?
No.
No. Clear.
Okay. Good. Yeah, let's go to the next one, which is file print. Okay. So file print is something that it is normally useful to print the data. I mean, in terms of whenever you use null data set, file print is useful to print the data into the output window only with the help of put statement. Okay. So previously what happened, ma'am? Okay. So now tell me what happens here in this code. So I use set put with all the column names in the class dataset. Now tell me what happens to this code. How does this code looks into a log or result output window?
It will simply
Simply,
write that. It will simply like print the name, sex, age, height, and weight.
you mean the records or the column names
The column names.
into the output?
Yeah.
Okay. We see here. So we got the data.
Oh.
Remember, ma'am? So I said input is something that what does it do input mainly?
It feeds the data into the external source.
No. Input, ma'am. Input,
Huh?
not put.
Input.
What does input do?
Okay. Input gives the column names.
Yeah, column names to our data, right?
Yes.
Column names to our data, and then we get the data to the output window, right?
Output. Yes.
Right? Yeah. So here, what happened here? We don't have any data set to print into the output window, right? Because we
Yes.
mentioned underscore null underscore, right?
Null. Non-reporting.
Okay. So in this way, so I told you previously in terms, while we're discussing the null reporting. So in this way, if we want to view the data, what should we do? We use put statement, right? To view the data in the log. Remember, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So whenever you want to view the data in the log, just simply mention put with the column name.
Column
That's it.
names.
Okay.
Column names.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and add on to it, what happens is we use file print. So file print is something that it works with put statement. So how does it work with, how does it works with put statement? It prints this data, this class data to the results window with the help of put statement, because put statement has the number of variables. Okay, in this way. So in order to look into the data more clearly, okay, we use file print whenever we are using a underscore null underscore instead of log, we use file print. Got it, ma'am?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Next one is file log. I mean, it works the same as put statement itself. So what does file log do? File log, which means it makes this file. Which file? Class file. I mean the data set. Okay. It just outputs the data in this class data set to the log. That's it. With the help of put statement. I mean, even we mention file log or just we mention put statement, both works the same.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Next is titles or no titles. Okay. Footnotes or no footnotes. Okay. So thing is, whenever we want to apply some titles and footnotes to our data, so it will be more presentable whenever we use titles and footnotes. Okay. So let's see how to do how to print this titles and footnotes to a external data or to a internal data. Okay, by default we can print titles and footnotes, and if we don't want to print titles and footnotes, we have to use no titles or no footnotes as an option here, as an option of the file statement or file print statements. Okay. So now let's look into this. So here what are we telling? We want to output this class data set into the result window in this way. And yeah, I want the data to have title 1, title 2, and footnote. So just see what happens here. If you see student data by SAS Software Solutions generated by Krishna. If you see here, we got the data aligned because we used at the rate with the specific column names, right? Column lengths, right? At the, so we mentioned some start column to each and every variable. Got it, ma'am?
Here, can we also use the put statement or like remember we did it to uh, output file
So come again, ma'am.
here that when we did the first example for null and put statement.
Hmm.
So for the output file, I know the put statement works, but here the put statement also works for the log thing. See the log only because we are looking the results only in the log. We are not executing
No,
it out.
for example, I'll just okay.
No, instead of like title one, can we use like put and then student data like that?
So I didn't get you, ma'am. Can you come again?
Can we use a put statement
Okay.
in front of student data, put statement in front of sys software solution, and then
In front
by the
means
instead of title one and title two? I'm just asking you, will the put statement also works for looking at the log data?
I didn't get you, ma'am. So when you mean to say, uh, in title, you want me to use this put statement, right?
Remember we used it the first example when we used for the outsource file, like when you have to ex
Export the file to the
export the
external
data.
source.
Yeah, export the file to the
You mean the null reporting, right?
yeah.
Okay, so we use put statement.
Put
No,
statement to yeah. So will that work here or no?
Instead of title, we used put statement
Yeah.
on that
okay, you
day.
mean to say okay.
So will this title will work for the output, the
No,
externals?
that's different,
So
ma'am. So we use that
okay.
with file and location. So instead of file print, we used file and location.
Yeah,
Remember, ma'am?
yeah. I'm just asking, will they work with those or no? I mean, this only worked for the log statement.
No. This
So
specifically we are using it for, we are title, footnote, and all. We use ODS statement to print the data to to an external source,
yeah,
but using a different but using a different way of coding. Not with null reporting. We have another one called ODS statements. Just see through it, ma'am. No, we'll
okay.
just go through the ODS statement quickly. Okay. So you mean to say, will this title and footnotes work at the null reporting, right?
Yes, yeah.
Just try it, ma'am. Just try it, try it and let me know. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. 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 We see here we use no titles and no footnotes. Okay. So in the result window, we won't be getting any kind of a title, footnotes, and nothing else because we used no titles and no footnotes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now, if you see here, what I'm doing is, ma'am, just tell me what is this? I'll run this particular file name. Okay. Tell me what does this do? What we are doing here from line 643 to line 647.
you are reading the data in the log with you already named the file name as Krish, so it will be saved as the path you gave, like sample.txt, and it's a null reporting. Like you will see in the log only. We are not getting any output data, so we will see the result in the log, and DLM is for the delimiter. Um,
So no, why are we using here DLM equal to DLM here?
is the data separated by the bar?
Yeah, that's okay. So my point is, why are we using here? So just tell me, how does the data look in terms of, once
Or
we output this
it will
class to the external
show
file.
it will show the this delimiter, right?
Sorry,
In
where?
the
Come again, ma'am.
output file. The data will be shown like whatever delimiter you use,
Right,
like a
right.
bar. Yeah, so it
Yeah.
will show in the log that
Only log?
I mean in the output, but you are using null reporting, so
Okay. So, so where does this file go? Where does this class data go?
in sample.txt.
Right, right. That's the main view here, ma'am, not the log. The main content here is we are
So sample
simply
dot
yeah,
that's Krish, yeah,
sample.txt.
yeah,
Sample.txt. Okay. The Krish location,
Krish
the
location.
Krish file reference. Okay.
Yeah.
Now just run this.
So here
Um,
the file will be overwritten because we didn't change the name, right? The
no,
sample.txt
no,
will
this is
be.
a different location, ma'am. It is batch 3.
Oh, okay, okay,
Different location. Sample.txt. Okay.
okay.
If you see here, each
Yeah,
data
we'll see.
point is being separated by a delimiter called we call it pipe.
Okay,
Okay, we call this as a pipe symbol. Or in terms of coding, we call it as a OR symbol. I mean, in terms
oh,
of Python or PySpark, we call this as a OR symbol.
okay.
Yeah. Clear, ma'am? So what we are doing is we are simply uh, what are we doing here is we are writing a class data set to external source with the help of a delimiter called pipe. That's it.
Yeah,
You can use whichever delimiter you want.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And next one. So, in just a few examples above, we mentioned, we just went through titles and footnotes, right? Okay. So previously we went through a null reporting on how on how can we build a report using using underscore null underscore and file statement to an external source. And here's the other way, which is called ODS statement, which is called output delivery system, where using this also we can write our data to an external source. Can be a PDF file, RTF file, or HTML file, any file.
Oh,
Okay. So
mhm.
using this ODS statement, it is more advanced. It is more advanced to the file statement in which we can write our data to a different sources, to a different uh, file sources. Okay. So even we have multiple options here in terms, many options. Let's go through it quickly. Okay. So this is just an intro of the ODS, but we have a separate session for ODS where we deal with the ODS statement in terms of uh, you know changing the color of a data, mentioning it more in the italic, bold or something else. We can change the formats of data. It has many
So
many
when
options
we
in it.
run this, the file print ODS, then it will ask how to save it like PDF or HTML.
No,
It
no,
will ask.
we'll go through one by one, ma'am. Okay.
Okay.
So first thing is we'll use file print ODS. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So this file print ODS, it simply goes to the um, our defined path, which is the results no, which is the results window.
Okay.
Okay. So what does this ODS do? So previously, if you observe, if I remove this ODS, what
Mm-hmm.
happens here? We get only the data, but not the column names.
Yeah.
Okay. Previously, that was the case when we use file print with the put statement. And now
Mm-hmm.
what happened here? We use ODS. So what does ODS do? ODS, it simply outputs or simply writes the data whatever we have used, and with the data and with the column names to the no, to the defined source. So here we haven't defined any source, not a PDF or HTML, nothing. So currently our defined sources, no, our defined sources results window.
Yeah.
Okay, which is here. If you run this part, so ODS prints the data to our no, to our results window with the name, sex, age, and cell. Okay, yeah. So our current table definition is the results window. Now let's see. Now let's build a report, a simple report. Okay, yeah. So here, I mean, we can simply use all the column names, or we can use underscore ODS underscore.
Okay.
It will give the same column name, same thing. I mean, for example, we have lot many columns. And if you have many columns, we simply mention put under space
Underscore
underscore
ODS
ODS
underscore.
underscore. It simply mentions all the columns in the put statement to be
Mm.
printed into the results window.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Now, producing the ODS output that contains selected variables. Okay. So if you want to print only few variables, we can simply mention ODS equal to variables equal to. So it is in this way.
Yeah.
ODS equal to open brackets. The just like we keep. Okay, just like keep. Here we use variables equal to name and name space cell. If you mention this, you have to mention space here. Mention this. Only the column names pertinent to name and cell will be printed to the no to the default tables table definition, which is the results window. So this is a
Okay.
table definition is right, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Will
let's
the
see.
keep statement will also work here or
No,
no?
no, no, not keep, ma'am. So
Okay.
here ODS has its own options. Okay.
Okay.
The main no, I'm just giving you a simple overview of it. In depth, we're gonna have other a single session for ODS statement. For ODS, only to deal with ODS. We have many options in it, but we'll deal with few options in that particular section. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, ODS HTML file. So now what we're doing is we are printing, or we are writing a file, or these data lines to an external store, which is HTML file. Previously we used to use file statement, right? Now what are we doing? We are using file statement, file with print statement with the help of put, and using the ODS HTML file. Okay, the syntax is ODS, the file definition, okay, the table definition, which is
Okay.
HTML or PDF or anything, comma comma file equal to file name. Okay, let's sum this part. Okay, we see here what is that batch3 sample.html. Batch3
HTML.
sample.html. Yeah, this is the one. If you see the
Yeah.
properties, okay, at 11:23 p.m. this got created.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we open this, so we get data in terms of HTML file.
Okay.
Got it, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah. So not only HTML we have. So not only HTML, we have many other sources, ma'am. Okay. Yeah. So we have many other we have quite a number of output destinations. One is HTML file, PDF, RTF, Excel, CSV, dot PostScript file, XML file, markup file, CSS, listing, printer, all these files. We can have data in onto all these files, whichever file we want. Okay.
But this the ODS whatever file we want should be given first before the
Yeah, before the data, ma'am. Before the data.
before the
Yeah.
data.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. You see here, so let's go through, let's go through this file. So what we'll do is, because this being a studio, I mean, not all the ODS uh, options will work. ODS output options will work. Okay. PDF. Yeah. So no, always make sure you use ODS PDF close or ODS system close, anything. Okay.
Okay.
It ensures that ODS has been closed for this particular data.
Okay.
Okay. So here we used a procedure called proc format, where we simply mention, we want to change. So we have F and M in the data. I want to change that F and M to female and male. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I see. So so regarding this proc formats, we have a special, we have a separate session for that. Don't worry about it, ma'am. But just for view, okay. So we normally use proc format to assign, no, to assign user defined formats to the column names. Okay. So here what I want to simply change the data to, so in this sex data I have F and M. So I want to change the data of F and M to female and male. So what I do is I simply mention format sex gen dot. Why gen dot? I have mentioned here gen. Okay. So now I want to write this data to the external source called PDF file. Okay, and here I'm mentioning an object label equal to male data. Okay. Now, if you go one by one, uh, proc format, value, gender. So, I'm just mentioning, this gen can be of any name. Okay. Can be of any user defined name. Gen, F equal to female, M equal to male, F in quotes, female in quotes, and M in quotes, female in quotes, because in the data I have capital F and capital M. Okay. This should be as per the data. So if the data have lowercase m and lowercase f and lowercase m, so this female and male won't be replaced into the F and M. Got it, ma'am?
Okay.
In the data, I have capital F and capital M. Okay, let me see. You see, I have capital F and capital M, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm doing is, I'm using I know I'm using a format. I know I want to change the format of this F and M to female and male. So I can simply mention if condition, but it will be a lengthy condition. It will be a two lines condition. So instead of that, I'll simply mention gender F equal to female, M equal to male to this sex column, which is sex simple dollar gen dot. So once we apply this one, first thing is
Mm-hmm.
infile data lines, input column names, format. We are applying a format to sex in order to change the data, in order to change the F and M data to female and male. Okay, and I'm creating a label to sex equal to gender. So label is something that label doesn't change the column name. So label changes the column names labeling part. Okay, sex equal to
Mm-hmm.
gender. If so, I just want only the male data. I simply mention if x equal to m for file print ODS. ODS equal to object label male data, because I just want to mention my data. I mean, no, my heading of my data's heading to be male data. Okay. Uh, yeah. If you see here in the output, so my data's heading is male data. So if I look into the PDF, Is this the PDF? Is this the PDF? PDF M. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah. So if you see, we don't have mail data here. Ideally, we should have mail data on top of this entire this grid. So we have this table, right? On top of this, we know we should have mail data. But what's happening is, if we observe here, okay, yeah. See here, ODS statements in the SAS Studio environment may disable some output features. Okay. So in this one, so this object label has been disabled. But if you use this object label in any other in any other SAS editor, so ideally we should be getting a heading called mail data here on top of uh, this particular uh, table. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is what we use ODS, ma'am. We can simply make we can no not only in file, we can use set statement, we can use many other statements and simply just import this data, sorry, no, export this data, export our data to a external source in terms of using ODS statement. Clear, ma'am? Any questions on it?
Yeah.
Any questions? So no, regarding proc format, no, we're gonna deal with it separately because we are yet to read. No, we are yet to have session. No, we have sessions on format and format. So once you're well versed with format and format, then we can go into proc format. Okay. So any questions, ma'am, on the file print ODS? Sorry, first thing is file print and put, then again file print and ODS, then again file print with ODS, and then ODS statement separately.
Yeah.
Any questions?
It's clear so far. Yeah. I
Yeah.
might practice this more.
Yeah, please practice it, ma'am. Once I mean, you get you get things only when you practice it, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, and going forward, it'll be, going forward, it'll be more of a coding topic. I mean, more coding will be going, and will be going to add on every day. Okay.
Mm.
I mean, if you don't practice, it'll be it'll be an accumulation to you itself. Got it, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah, please practice it, ma'am. Just yeah. So we get data, we can get even data in this way.
Mhm.
What's happening here? So normally we should get the data. So we have mail data. If we have two sample. Okay. You see, we have our student data, sys software solutions, uh, generated by Mr. Krishna.
Yeah.
Got it, ma'am?
Yeah.
Header and foot, so no, header and footnotes. Yeah,
Yeah.
title and footnotes. So, any questions, ma'am, until now?
No, Rajiv.
Okay,
No.
we'll just